Are you someone who's over 35, like myself, but you notice that your body fat quite ain't falling off as fast as it did when you were in your 20s? If that's you, now is the time to lock in. But why now? Well, truthfully, when you think about it, spring and summer ain't that far around the corner. It's going to be warm weather outside, time to hit the parks, time to hit the beach, even that vacation that you're looking forward to going on. We don't want our physique to show that we've been slacking all because of the work that we didn't do now, only to manifest itself later. So in this video, I'm gonna drop 2 strategies that's going to accelerate your fat loss if you stick to it. It's something that I used in the past before to help me get that vascularity, to help me to get that dream physique, and truthfully something that all men want, that muscle separation. And guess what? I'm gonna be using it all again to get in the best shape possible for 2026. So if you wanna follow along the journey and if you're really serious about changing your physique, hit the subscribe button and let's get after it. If you're new here, welcome to the channel. My name is Isaac, but I often go by I Will. I'm a full-time firefighter who intimately understands what it's like to have a busy schedule, what it's like to be working all the time with little sleep, but all the meanwhile prioritizing my health and my well-being. So I make sure that I get these things in. I don't even think about it because I adopted it as part of my lifestyle rather than looking at to get in shape for a certain date. It's just a part of my life now. So the first strategy that's going to help you to accelerate your fat loss is focusing on high volume foods that's low in calories. Now, when you think about high volume foods that's low in calories, that's already beneficial because it's low in calories. But the volume is impactful because the more volume that we eat that's quality, it takes up more space on the inside of our stomachs, leaving us more full. Now, conversely, when you eat trash food that's high in calories, but it leaves you feeling empty, guess what? You just keep eating and eating over again, not even feeling satiated or even feeling hungry. Think about this, for example. Think about a bowl of potato chips. Have you ever heard the expression, I bet you can't just eat one? Well, yeah, they're right. Because ultra processed foods have been, I will go as far as to say, weaponized against us. They're bioengineered in such a way that we just keep going back for more, back for more, back for more. And before you know it, we're already half a bag of potato chips in, if not the entire bag. And we done consume empty calories and we still feel hungry. We want to stay away from ultra processed foods. But the key is we need to find foods that's high in volume. So instead of potato chips, why not potatoes? Why not put on our plate lean protein, potatoes, and some vegetables, a lot of vegetables, because that's going to take up the volume. And most guys think, okay, in order for me to get my dream physique, that means I must restrict as many calories as possible. But that already sets you up for failure. Think about it. How long can you go by restricting as many calories as possible? Not for a long time. In fact, it's not sustainable. Now think about it on the opposite side. How long can you go by eating high quality, high volume, low calorie foods over a long period of time? Well, that's quite sustainable. You can do that forever. And that's the key when it comes to fat loss. You have to find something that works for you to sustain fat loss long periods over time. Now, the key is long periods over time. And that's already going to set you up for success because if you're constantly snacking, that puts you in a surplus of calories. But if you eat high volume, low calorie foods, it makes you feel satiated, but it also takes up less calorie, already promoting fat loss. So the first strategy is you have to find high volume, low calorie foods, such as spinach. Adding spinach to your meals is going to help add that volume. It's going to give you your micronutrients and it's going to make you feel full all the meanwhile while not taking up that many calories. This is the key to accelerating fat loss. All right, the second strategy that's going to help you to accelerate fat loss is by focusing on food swapping. That's right, food swapping. Now, what do I mean? It means finding foods that's not necessarily bad in themselves, but you can find an alternative that gives you that same macro profile or even better. For example, let's say you have 2 scrambled eggs every day. That's just your breakfast. You have 2 scrambled eggs, and that's good. It's a great source of protein. But when you think about scrambled eggs, it's 70 calories per egg, roughly. So that's 140 calories that you're consuming. Now, when you take 2 scrambled eggs or whole eggs and you swap that with egg whites, not only do you get the same protein that you got in your whole eggs, but you get less calories, about 40 to 53 calories or somewhere in that range. But the point is, it's less calories than the 140. Now, it may not seem like a lot, but do that for 7 days. Now you're already in a major deficit. Extrapolate that over 30 days. Now you can see that deficit start to compound. And guess what? Our body is looking for energy. It has to pull energy from somewhere, and it's going to pull it from that stored body fat on your body. But here's the key. By taking strategy number 1 and strategy number 2 and combining it together. So strategy number 1 was high volume foods such as spinach. It's low in calories. But number 2 is food swapping. So now we use egg whites, for example. So now you have egg whites and you have spinach. You combine that together. That's a low calorie breakfast meal that you can use. And I'm smiling because it's low calorie, high in protein. But imagine if you had this thought process for your lunch and for your dinner. There's no way that you can gain weight like this if you stick to these 2 strategies. These are the fundamentals of burning body fat. So when it comes to food swapping, think like this. Instead of 80-20 ground beef, could I swap it for a 93-7? Or what about some lean meats that's low in calories, but it's going to help me feel full? Ground turkey, ground chicken, salmon, cod, fish like that, things like that. See, that's low in calories, but it's going to help you feel full. And don't be scared of seasoning. Season your food to the way that you like it. Season it to taste. And if you like eating it, you're going to be more than likely to stick to it. So this is going to help you to accelerate your fat loss by implementing these 2 strategies. But if you want to dig a little bit deeper, maybe you want to know how many calories you should eat in a day, or how many calories do you have to burn to get to your dream physique? How much protein should you eat? Watch this video here because I'm going to be doing a deep dive on exactly what you need to do to calculate your specific tailor-made formula to help you to achieve your dream physique in 2026 and beyond. And if you like videos that really don't overcomplicate the process, if you want to watch how to do it, something that you can take away to implement in your life, subscribe to the channel because my goal is to drop videos that's easy to understand, all the meanwhile that you can implement so you can get in the best shape of your life. I'll see you in the next one. Let's get after it.